So he had handed you a book. The book itself is a writing of various things that have happened within the Sword Coast as well as around Waterdeep. Kind of more of a history per se than anything else, but kind of saying what happened here at Thunder Tree, which was hit by a large volcanic eruption from a mountain to the north, which had killed just about everything in here, and then talking about the dragon taking a home up in the tower. But then it also kind of talks a little bit about some other things that you're not quite sure about, and when Redith kind of sees you getting into those pages there, he kind of says, he says, yes, you're reading about the thing that I'm so worried about coming. I foresee the Black Spider is trying to take over the area, as well as probably the maybe the Sword Coast, or even over in the Dales. I'm not sure where.
Is this a literal spider?
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
I'm not sure. I've seen a symbol everywhere, but I've never seen him myself.
Him?
I assume it's a him. Isn't every powerful thing a him?
He's got a point.
And so then he kind of points into the book, and he says, make sure you read in between the lines on your passages. Read everything that you saw. And he says, otherwise, have a good sleep, and best of luck on your travels.
You say that like you're not joining us.
No, I have to continue to revive Thunder Tree. Now that you've cleared out the area, I'll be taking care of the destruction that's here and trying to get rid of this blight.
We lost our reward character. Okay.
Alright, so long rest, I assume? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I wake up, I'm going to cast Augury as a ritual.
Okay, sounds good.
This time, the phrase will be Lady Gariel.
Okay, alrighty.
Oh man, guys. My fortune telling has found something of interest. Negative effects around Lady Gariel. You know, when we go back to town, I think that's something to really look into. The town of Phandelver.
Alrighty. I think they're all distracted.
What is going on here?
I have no idea.
Should we head back to Phandelver?
Phandalin?
I thought it was Phandelver.
I thought we have to head back to Neverwinter first.
What do we have to do in Neverwinter?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, sounds like nothing. And,
I think he's a good scales trader there.
Phandelver, or Phandalin, is right next to the mines, too, so we're going to have to stop by town anyways. Might as well be the one next to our objective.
That sounds good.
Let us get to our horses and the one pony and, bounce. People in my country say bounce to mean leave. It's cultural.
You guys are weird.
It's probably because they ride camels.
Whatever. Well, our women get the coolest ninja clothes.
How true. Alright, so
This is being recorded.
It is.
I'll tone it down.
So, because I've completely like flustered by the whole conversation, where are we going again?
Phandelver.
Oh, okay, all right, heading to Phandelver.
Very long track there.
Yeah. Alrighty, so let me open up the map here again. You guys taking the road, or are you going to be going across country?
I gotta look at the
Take the
map.
road.
Oh,
Faster.
wait, there it is.
So you guys are there.
There's a road? Oh, I see.
So you'd have to go back to Neverwinter or near Neverwinter, down the high road
What?
across.
Oh yeah, that. We'll go through the woods.
I say the edge of the woods. So we fight plain field encounters.
So just kind of skirting the edge, right?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't want to get on those forest tiles.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Why don't we just go back to Neverwinter and then take the road? Like, what rush are we in?
You never win. We don't need to go there. Look at that. It's like a bunch of miles.
Oh, you can tell Miles now he had problems with feet earlier.
Yeah. Let's skirt the forest. It's just full of rolled encounters.
Right? Exactly. All right, so you guys can kind of continue along the edge of the forest, but not in the forest, I guess, right? Was that what we finally decided?
Yep.
Alrighty, and it's a nice warm day outside, and not a whole lot going on. You guys travel along, get through the towards the bottom of the edge of the forest there, and you notice now that it's starting to get a lot more cloudy, and you see kind of these big, thick sort of storm clouds kind of rolling across from east to west, heading across the mountains off Icespire Peak and through the plains to the Sword Coast.
No? Are those natural storm clouds or magically conjured?
Nature check or Arcana?
Nature or Arcana. Let me look at what I have the better one. Oh, they roll off the same thing. Okay.
Alrighty, so Mizric doesn't smell anything funny at all. Gilbert, you don't think they're magical either. However, Kriv, you look at them and you know that they don't look like... They may be natural storm clouds, but they're definitely mixed with something to make them a lot darker.
Oh, something dark comes this way. Those clouds aren't quite what they appear.
They look like normal storm clouds to me. I would know. I'm a Tempest Cleric. I'm an expert on these.
On my days in the sea, we'd see clouds like that coming at us, and we would batten down the hatches.
What are you, a pirate?
He is, actually.
Shh.
Oh, sorry.
With the party at.
Oh, yeah, no, he's not. He's not a pirate. Nothing about pirates at all.
I believe I'm smelling smoke in the air.
Smoke? I look around
Alrighty.
with this check.
Alrighty. So, Gilbert, as you look, you do see there's definitely some unnatural light coming from the south.
The south? Oh no, that's where Phandelver is. All these auguries are coming together now.
Are you saying the Phandelver's on fire?
I'm saying there's a strong possibility.
Then I take back saying that we should go near Neverwinter.
Alright, so as you guys continue down the path... Oh, man. I'll let you know, Curse. No problem. Sorry. As you guys are continuing, you do see that there definitely appears to be what appears to be smoke coming over the hills to the south, definitely in the range of Phandelver. It's getting to be, obviously, a late afternoon, evening-ish, because you guys started out early in the morning, because everything happens in the evening, right? And as you climb over the edge of the hill, you do see what appears to be the destruction of the town. The main road has been charred with a muddy mess. with a muddy mess with destructions, and multiple buildings are noted to be destroyed. The air has kind of an acrid smell of burning wood and burnt flesh from who knows what creatures. You see a large amount of booted tracks moving in and out of the city through the mud and dirt, but there are still some buildings burning in town, but eerily there's no one in there trying to put out the fires.
Oh, this is awful. This was like my favorite town.
Isn't Droop in this town?
Yeah, I run to the Shrine of Luck.
Alrighty. So as you come in down the trail from the north into the town, you see that almost all the buildings down the main street have been completely destroyed, including the shrine. There's piles of rubble. The inn is gone, the provisioner's gone, the town hall is gone, Lineshield Coster, the woodworker. You see the various buildings still on fire around the edges. There's some buildings around the edge of town that seem to have survived, but again, you don't see any survivors or anybody within the town.
Is that drawn on, or is this an official map?
I don't know.
I'll send my owl out to do like a 100-foot search overhead to see if there's any evil guys or survivors.
I'm gonna yell out Droop's name. Droop! Also Lady Gariel!
Alright.
Here we go again. Aggro everything in the village.
Roll for initiative. No. So you kind of yell out and you don't hear anything call back to you.
Oh no! Is the rubble able to be sifted through for the church?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Alright, what's a roll for that? Is that another perception?
Look how big Kriv is. He takes up the whole map.
I puff out my chest to try to appear dragonish.
Yeah, it would be a perception check.
Alright. And there's the guidance.
Alrighty, and what are you looking through in the rubble?
Looking for signs of bodies.
Alrighty, so as you're digging through the rubble, you do see that there appears to be either a foot or a shoe or something that's piled underneath the rubble there.
A shoe. Do I know anyone who wears shoes? Do I? Did Lady Gariel wear shoes?
She did.
Did Droop wear shoes?
He did not.
Oh, good. It's just Lady Gariel. No,
that's
I pulled
cold.
the rubble off. I'm gonna get the rubble off. You said it was just a shoe, or there's something attached to the shoe?
No, now that you've looked, there's definitely something attached to the shoe.
Alright, I'm gonna keep getting the rubble off till I can get a good look at that body.
Alrighty. So you continue to work on the rubble. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Is the provisioners burned down?
Provisioners is burnt down. Completely destroyed.
I guess we get to keep the horsies.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Our group is morally flexible.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna check on the mayor's office in Sildar. See if he's still around.
Okay, alrighty. You see that the building has been completely collapsed. There's still some smoldering fire kind of coming from the top of the building. You do notice that, and you noticed this as well, Gilbert, as you were digging through the rubble, that there is a lot of stone that's been blackened and charred, and some of it's even been melted.
Melted.
I'm gonna do an investigation and look around and see if I can figure out what melted it.
Sure, that sounds good. All right, Kriv, what you got going on over there at the orchard? Alrighty. So when you investigate the rubble, this definitely appears to have been burnt by something of very high temperature. And not really spellcast. This is more of probably more of a creature of some sort or something. It wasn't spells though.
I knew the volcano was still around.
Did I tell if it was dragon fire?
Yeah, give me a nature check and I can let you know.
That'd be really hot fire. to melt rock.
Yes, it was dragon fires, and specifically, you know that this is probably from either an elder or an ancient red dragon.
Oh, yeah, goodbye, town. No, I'd like to live.
Next module, please.
Yeah, right?
We're done.
What you got? Do you see any tracks?
Chris not looking for tracks.
Well, we got to find the people to get you food.
Oh, we can always eat horses. But,
I ride a pony, so I'm good with that.
There might be dead bodies we got loot. Chris got to go look.
No, they're going to say for food.
That got there quick.
Alrighty, so Kriv, what are you doing over at the orchard?
I'm going to see if anyone's there.
Alright, sounds good. Go ahead and give me a perception check. And then Dirk, you're over at the Sleeping Giant. What are you doing over there?
Do I see any barrels of ale left?
There is a barrel of ale still in the Sleeping Giant. It's empty, but there's still a barrel there. Kriv, you do kind of search around. The door to the house has a sort of a red, sort of almost like somebody took a hand and either blood or paint or something put a red streak across the door from kind of left to right, almost as if to mark the door. And Dirk, you see the same on the Sleeping Giant's door because these buildings are still relatively intact. The Sleeping Giant's missing half its roof, but for the most part it's still there. And then when you go to open the door, you see that the door opens easily, Kriv. And Dirk, the same for you, and you do find an ale, but you find nothing inside. Kriv, when you look around, I see a nature check. Do you have a perception check for me?
Yeah, sorry, I rolled the wrong one.
No worries. Your nature check does show that the door was painted in blood. And when you look around, you do find a human that's kind of tucked behind a bed, who's been knocked unconscious, and you recognize this human as Endermith, actually the Darian Endermith, the guy who had helped you out in the orchard and was the old retired guy. He's unconscious.
Is he wounded?
He is. He's got, it looks like either a big hit to the head or somebody's got a lot of bleeding coming from the top of his head, like he was hit with a hard object or something.
I give him a drink of my potion of healing.
Alrighty, sounds good. Go ahead and roll in there for me if you don't mind. Gilbert, while he's rolling that, you're digging through, and as you continue to kind of dig through the remains, you do find the remains of Sister Gariel. She definitely looks to be dead. Her head is kind of crushed in a weird sort of position, and
she looks to be dead.
Yeah, unless you can resurrect her.
Has it been a minute?
Yes, it's definitely been a minute.
Let me look through my spell. No, I believe I need the second tier of revival.
Yeah.
Very far away.
That's what I figured. So she definitely appears like she was crushed underneath the rock. Maybe she was in the temple praying or something. Maybe she didn't even know what was going on. It was tough to sell, but she didn't have a weapon in her hand, or all her stuff is still on her belt.
Oh no! You were supposed to take care of Droop. Well, good job. I'm gonna go look for his body.
All right, you gonna continue to dig through the rubble?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Kriv, so you give Darren a drink of the healing potion. He kind of spitters. He kind of goes, ah! He kind of looks back. He goes, oh, God! I thought it was. What the hell happened?
I was about to ask you the same thing. The town's burned.
What? I couldn't believe it. We were. It was early morning, and I was getting ready for breakfast, and we could hear this loud noise outside coming from the north, and we didn't think anything of it. And next thing I knew, I see this large army kind of marching into town. Go out with Sildar to address the group, and the leader comes out, and it was a hobgoblin, and he told us that we needed to surrender Phandelver. Sildar said, we're peaceful people, and he's like, fine, we'll just tax you and leave. And they took a tax and left, and then next thing I know, I'm in my house, and I got jumped by a bunch of hobgoblins and knocked out unconscious.
Can you stand?
Barely. I need some help. All right, so you kind of help him up. I know, awesome, right? And, Kursk, you're doing guard, is that what you're doing?
Yes, I was kind of keeping an eye out.
Alrighty, gotcha.
I'm going to let the lion shield cluster whenever we kind of get back together.
Mm-hmm. I figured as much. Alright, sounds good. So you're kind of keeping watch and making sure things are going, and you're looking through the rubble at what you can see to see if there's anything that's able to be grabbed. Mizrik, you were down by the miners thing?
Yeah, I was just looking around because that part didn't get hit.
Yeah, so same thing. You notice that all these doors have this red streak that kind of goes from left down to right across each door. Some of the doors are barred open, some aren't, but they all seem to be marked. However, you're right. The buildings down to the south, none of them have been damaged. Dirk, where are you heading to?
I'm going to make my way back towards the group.
Sorry, you're gonna head over? Okay, gotcha. Alright, and so you kind of regroup with the party. Kriv, you're gonna carry him back to the party? Alrighty. So you guys see Kriv coming with Darren, who's the older adventurer orchard guy, underneath his arm. He's got a lot of bleeding coming from his head, which is now stopped. It's all matted in his hair. Gilbert, you've dug through quite a bit of the rubble. Definitely no droop within the immediate area around her. However, there's still a lot of rubble that's there to go through.
I'm going to keep digging.
Alrighty.
I'm going to set him down and look at the party and say, hobgoblins. Though, that's what happened to him.
How could hobgoblins melt the rock?
That doesn't seem like something they could do.
I looked into it, and it wasn't done by anything magical that I could tell. There's no magic involved.
Darren kind of looks around. And he says, "It wasn't all like this. This was definitely not like this before I got knocked out. That's for sure." He's like, "Oh my God! Have you checked? Is Barthlin's okay? Have you found him? What about Gundren?" He kind of starts to get up.
For anybody else.
He's like, "Oh my God! Has anybody died? Have you seen anybody else?"
I found Lady Gariel. Sadly, she has passed.
Oh my God! Oh, the kids. Has anybody found any of the kids?
There's kids here?
Yeah,
Pip, Carp.
Not allowed near kids.
Have we been to Alderleaf Farm yet?
No, not yet. Not this time, anyways.
Mr. Django said we should search buildings that are still standing for people, and then look in rubble.
Perhaps our healer would be better suited to not digging and maybe going helping people?
What? Root might be in here. I gotta know.
I will look for Droop. You go and see if you can help the wounded.
Fine.
You could augury to see if we missed anybody. Will tell you that? Will the gods tell you that?
I've used it once. Its chance of success is lowered.
I think it's within a couple hours, though, right? Isn't it? Or oh no, it's next long rest. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
It's unreliable now, especially in something as dire as this. Well, let's go find those living
Mr. Django
people.
said we should look at these buildings here to the south.
All right.
The ones that are still standing, and see if there's anybody else still there. Then we can get them out to help us search the rubble.
Yep.
Darren says,
down there.
I'll try to walk with you guys. I'll try. He kind of gets up and grabs sort of like this, the shoulder of Kursk and kind of comes along with Kursk. It's like, you can carry me. So you guys are going to search all the buildings here?
Yes.
Alrighty. So just to kind of make it so we're not doing like each individual house, you guys are able to kind of get in and search the houses. You find no people in any of these houses. You do see that many of them have been ransacked. Looks like, you know, anything that maybe have been of value was taken or things were broken. The miners' exchange, however, I don't think you guys ever went in there before.
Nope, this will be our first time.
That's what I thought. So, so you guys enter into the miners' exchange, and this appears to be probably a trading post. You see that there's some broken scales in here. Looks like there was a board that maybe things were written on that was kind of smeared all over. Has, you know, kind of crude drawings and whatnot that were put on it, maybe by whoever attacked the town. But the building itself seems relatively intact. However, all the supplies and everything have been taken. When you enter, you do hear a sound of somebody underneath the kind of the desk area there, sort of kind of whimpering. Not as if they're hidden or hiding or scared, more as if they're maybe severely injured. So.
That sounds like my job. I go to the source of the sound.
Alrighty. You see a older dwarven lady kind of laying on the ground there. She's got blood kind of dripping down the side of her face as well, and it looks like definitely that her right arm has been broken and sort of twisted in a weird kind of angle, and she kind of sees you come around the corner and she goes, "I can't take any more. Please, don't hurt me."
We're here to save you, miss.
Oh.
We're looking for more survivors.
Please tell me they're gone. I can't believe they came into the town like that.
The town was deserted as we entered.
Oh.
But things are on fire now. It doesn't look well for this town.
Oh my god, I hope my building's not on fire. I put a lot of money into this building.
Was this building on fire?
No.
This building is fine, it seems.
Oh, thank the heavens. Well, hopefully, you know, the provisions and the cost are still together, I hope.
I forget. Does healing magic fix broken bones?
Yeah.
Fixes everything?
Pretty much.
I guess I have to heal her.
Alright.
Xander's looking. Alright, I'll give her a heal. Yeah, that's a good amount.
There you go.
For a commoner.
Yeah, so you see her arm kind of goes back into position a little bit more, the bleeding stops, and she goes, "Oh, thank you." She's like, "My name's Halia Thornton. Nice to meet you."
I'm Gilbert, a man of Lathander. Do you know if there's any other survivors around?
I don't. The last I know, I was in here, and a bunch of hobgoblins and humans had come in and attacked me, and next thing I know, I'm underneath the table waking up.
It might be best for you to head to Neverwinter for now, for shelter.
Definitely. I may even head back to the Dalelands. That's where I'm from.
I don't know anything about that place.
It's past the desert,
okay.
So past your home.
The desert. I know the desert. Well, alright. We'll be on our way.
Alrighty. So...
I bounce.
Hell, a lot of bouncing going on. Alright, so you guys leave that area. So she comes out, she kind of says to Darian, "What happened?" And they're kind of talking back and forth, sort of sharing stories. She looks at the devastation and she says, "Oh my god. The god of... whatever." I don't know. I don't know. Alrighty. So... where else next? Kriv's kind of over. You guys see Kriv kind of digging through the rubble over there?
Hey, that ain't the right rebel, Kriv. Come on. That's the smithy. Greedy dragons.
Check around the Sleeping Giant and those houses there.
Yeah, sounds good. So, kind of the same story. Dirk had already kind of gone into the Sleeping Dragon, had searched the houses, didn't really see anything there. Mizrik, you're going over to Alderman Farm there?
Yeah, I'm going to yell around for Pip and Carp.
Alrighty, so you're kind of yelling, and as you kind of round the back of the house, you see that banner that I just kind of sent to you. It's kind of stuck in the dirt there, and then you do see, as you kind of yell, you see this little boy kind of come running out of the woods from the east. It's a halfling boy. You kind of remember him from before, and he kind of comes running. There's tears pouring down his face. He's like, "I'm so glad you're here," and he comes up and he gives you a big hug. And of course, he's shorter than you. He's a he's a halfling, so he's really a kid to you. And he kind of gives you a hug as a kid would, and he's visibly shaking, and but appears unharmed.
Oh, is that Troop?
It's Pip. Pull it together, Pip.
He's like, "No, I'm not Pip. I'm Carp."
It's Carp.
Oh, it's Carp. All right, pull it together, Carp.
Pip's the human. He's as tall as you are.
Oh. Yeah, pull it together. We got to find more people. So, stick with me.
He's like, "They took my mommy. You gotta go get my mommy."
Which direction did they go?
I don't know. They went through the town. I tried to hide. I went to the cave and to the hole. Remember the hole that I showed you guys? I went there and hid.
Oh, okay. Have you seen anybody else?
Did you know there's dead people in that hole, that big thing with the bridges?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The bridges are safe. I took them.
Oh, don't tell Dirk that.
Okay.
How big's this flag? Can I crack the staff?
Yeah. Oh, you could definitely pick it up. It's kind of like a war banner. So it's kind of stuck in the dirt, so you definitely could pull it out.
I'll pick it up and bring it with me, and I'll head to the sleeping giant.
Okay, sounds good. Where everybody else is except for Kriv. So you guys see Mizric carrying this huge banner, as well as this tiny little boy coming with him.
I found this down by the elderly farm, and it appears they've taken prisoners. So
that looks wicked.
We should maybe try to track them and get to them before they do any more harm to these people.
That guy mentioned a black spider. That thing is a black spider. It's all connected.
Kriv, as you continue to kind of dig through the rubble, you do come across a body, which you assume is probably the smithman or smithy guy. And kind of looking through, you find some various horseshoes, but it appears that anything that may have been of value has been taken.
I'll take a horseshoe and hope it's lucky.
That's the name of yours?
Give it to Dirk.
I was actually going to say screw it, Curse.